Hey guys, my name is Rick. Welcome back to the channel. I just picked up this plasma cutter. It's made by Lotus. It's an LTP5000D. I picked it up from Amazon.com for 328 bucks. And you know, I thought I'd shoot this short little video, give you my experience thus far with this machine, maybe give you some thoughts, things to consider if you're in the market for a plasma cutter. Okay, so let's get started. Wow guys, so here's an interesting fact. They say the temperature of the plasma arc coming out of this torch is like 45,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's incredible. That's almost, that's like 4.5 times the temperature on the surface of the sun. It's also very close to the temperature of a lightning bolt, which is about 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's almost like, I feel like godlike here. I'm like Zeus, where I'm using the power of a lightning bolt to cut through metal. How awesome is that? All right guys, well first off, let's talk about power, because I found that confusing when I was shopping for this. It comes pre-wired with this 3-prong plug, and that's an L630R. I didn't know what that meant. I had to look it up, but look, I don't have anything in my garage that fits that. Maybe it's I have something like this for my generator, but I wired my shop here with 220 for my welders, and they all come with a 3-prong plug. Nothing like this. So the first thing off the bat is I had to find a way to plug this into my 3-prong welder outlet, and lo and behold, I searched Amazon.com and I came up with this. They had one of these adapters, and it's made by Park World, and it was perfect. It has the L630R female, and then of course this 3-prong welding plug that'll fit perfectly for my how I have things wired up here for 220. So that's important, and you have something to consider when you're buying this. You're going to have to probably get something here to enable you to plug it into whatever outlets you have. You could also wire this for 110, but I don't know. I always find that when these units say they can do 110, it's better to go with 220 because they just seem to run better overall. So that's that. The other thing that something to consider is this power cable is only about 5 feet, and so if you want a lot of flexibility to work with this in your shop, I went to Amazon.com again and found this Coleman cable, and I had not seen one of these before, but this is a welding cable extension cord. And it's perfect, so I can run this all the way over. It's 25 feet, and with that I can plug this in, and I can go anywhere in this shop or even outside now with this plasma cutter. So that's awesome. Now, in terms of cost, this adapter cost $43 from Amazon, and I splurged a little bit. This welding cable was $60 from Amazon. So overall, that's an additional 100 bucks I put into just getting this wired. The other thing to keep in mind is consumables. These are the consumables that came with the plasma cutter. So really, it's only 2 electrodes and 2 covers on top. That wasn't enough, so I ended up buying this 40-piece consumable from, again, Amazon.com. This was another 30 bucks. But I should have enough here in terms of consumables to last me, I don't know how long it's going to last me, but it should last a long, long time. All right, guys, one of the things I liked about this is when I pulled it out of the box, it already had built in an air regulator along with a water filter. It's important to have the water filter in line here to take out any moisture in the air, because I guess if moisture gets in here, it'll certainly reduce the life expectancy of this machine. But it was already connected, all ready to go. It takes a standard 1/4-inch air coupling, so that was terrific. I already had that set up, in terms of size of compressor, it wants 3.6 cubic feet per minute CFM at 65 psi. So the regulator is set at 65 psi, and it just needs that amount of volume, that 3.6 cubic feet per minute, to supply the torch. All right, so that was a nice surprise, and it's working out great. All right, in terms of cables, this is the ground clamp. It's okay. It's only about 5 feet long, so I wish it was longer. This is the gun, and this works out great. And it's got a 12-foot long cable here, which is terrific. It long is good. So yeah, that works out great. All right, in terms of amperage, this will go all the way up to 50 amps. And in terms of settings, I've been working at this for all day long here, trying to cut different things and find the right settings. I mean, they give you a manual and get you started a little bit, but I found that those settings not to be optimal, if you will, for my conditions. So generally speaking, I set this thing at 30 amps for cutting 3/16. I set it at 40 amps for 1/4 inch, and then of course anything over 3/8 and above, I just maxed it out to 50 amps, and it cut great. So I found this thing to be cutting great, smooth, easy. It's an easy automatic arc, no problems whatsoever. And I've been doing a lot of cutting. So let me show you what I've been cutting. All right, guys, in terms of what I've been cutting for 6 hours, fine-tuning all my settings here on this machine, and it certainly can handle, everything from mild steel to the higher carbon steels like 5160 spring steel, and cuts it no problem. I also picked up some U-bolts that I had from used U-bolts from a dumpster at an auto spring store, and this is spring steel, and it cut through this piece of 3/4 inch no problem. So 1/8 inch, 3/16, quarter, half 5160, and also 3/4 inch 5160 spring steel. And I tried some odd shapes like this hunk of channel, no problem, easy peasy. And of course the spring steel. So overall, I've been trying a variety of different things, and it works great. Well, guys, overall, I totally recommend this plasma cutter. It came right out of the box, worked great. Yeah, I had to monkey around with how to get it connected to power, but overall, I think it's a terrific unit. I spent almost all day cutting different things, and it cut things like I said, lickety split, no problem. So I think it's going to be a great addition to the shop here, and I totally recommend it. So that's it. Listen, thanks so much for joining. If you want to help support the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, add a comment. Always like to hear your comments, and we'll be back again here soon. All right, take care, guys.